Hey guys and girls, welcome back to another beautiful video on this beautiful channel on this beautiful day. How you guys and girls doing? Hope you're doing great as always. Please check out the description box, all the nice links. Also drop a like, subscribe if you like the content. So here we go. All right, so what we have done until now is we made a bunch of states. We made a movement animation component. Now, before we get into making the editor state a little more fleshed out, as this loads, I'll just explain what I want to do. So I'm going to make a little hitbox component. I'll just call it, I don't know if I'm going to call it component. I could just call it hitbox because that makes it a little easier. Or I could call it hitbox component. You know what, let's just do that. Let's keep everything component wise, or whatever you want to call it. So I'm just going to do that. Hitbox component, because before we start making the map, I kind of want to have some kind of a collision, not a whole collision system, but something that prepares for that at least. So we're gonna need a hitbox because we don't want to use the characters or the entity's own sprite as the hitbox because it's too big. We wanna make another box that is the hitbox basically. So I'm just gonna create this hitbox component just like that. And I'm going to go ahead and put that into this folder here, or this little filter thing. Go into entity.h, and I'm just going to include that. I'm going to include it all the way up top. Include, doesn't really matter where you include it, obviously, but hitbox component.h. Pretty sure that should be fine. Also, I'm going to copy this if and def stuff. Put it right here. Hitbox component like this, and then you do your end if down here. Boom. Okay, we're done. Doesn't seem to be any errors here. So once you do that, I'm just gonna go ahead and create it here. Hitbox component pointer. Hitbox component. Okay, so once you have that pointer right there, you want to go into hitbox component.cpp. No, what am I doing? Entity.cpp right here. And we're going to make sure we delete it. This hitbox component, and just set up all of this stuff. So we don't have to do it later, so I don't forget it. So now we actually clean it up and everything, and we're good. Then we're gonna create this function, create hitbox component, all that stuff later. And basically it's just gonna update the hitbox, and you'll be able to set offset and size and everything, and be able to draw it out, render it out, all that stuff. So it will help us out a lot actually. Private, like this. And I'm just gonna close all but this, and then open the hitbox component CPP, and we're pretty much ready to go. Pretty much. So the hitbox itself is not going to have a sprite. All right, what it's going to have is it's going to, I'm actually going to copy all of this into the hitbox component because we might need to use a lot of this stuff. Maybe not the file stream, string stream, not the vector stack and map. I'll keep those there. I'm not sure about time, but I'll keep that. But so what it's going to use is basically a SF rectangle shape hitbox. I'm just going to call it hitbox. And yeah, there you go. So let me just see if I used private variables here. Yes, I did. Okay, so we have the hitbox. Now, basically, when creating it, I'm going to do a float x, float y for the position. Okay, where it's going to be. We could do a offset. Actually, offset. So it's going to be offset from the position of the sprite that we set it on. All right. And it should, yeah, so we'll have that. Let me just think here. SF sprite reference sprite. So we'll force a sprite for a hitbox. To have a hitbox, you need to have a sprite. And we'll just put that right there. So we'll force the sprite, set an offset, and then the width and the height. So float width, float height. Okay. Pretty good, pretty good. I'm not 100% sure if this is all the stuff we need, but I will just work with that. So we'll have the sprite and the positioning and the width. So I'm just gonna, you know, divide that up a little bit. So you go. Now we have a nice little hitbox component that we can work with. And then we're gonna use the thing here. So sprite is sprite. Pretty much just like that. And then we'll use the rest to actually set up the rectangle shape. Now, the reason I'm using a rectangle shape and not a float rect here is because I might want to render this out. Okay, it makes it a little easier to have it as a rectangle shape. And I know it might take a little more, but we might not draw this out all the time, so it won't matter. This has a float rect within it, and we'll just use that when we're checking the collision. So it won't really matter that much anyway. So this hitbox dot set position, this sprite dot get position. Okay, so first of all, I'm just gonna set it to the position. Okay, and then I'm gonna divide that up a little more. I'm gonna do it in X and Y, and because we're gonna add the offset to this whole thing. So plus offset Y and plus offset X. Now, if the offset is negative, obviously the plus negative will make this negative. So we'll offset it if for some reason you want to do that. So you can pretty much offset it any way you want. This hitbox.set size SF vector to F, and then we'll just set the size to width and height. Okay. So I don't know what the hell's going on because I can't see my keyboard. There we go. Cool. So now we set the sprite and we do these positioning and the sizing. Now we're gonna need a few functions. So first of all, I'm gonna do a void update function here and a void render function here. Okay. SF render target reference target. Okay, and we'll just define these. We'll just define those. There we go. So target dot draw this hitbox. Okay, and the update basically is gonna say this hitbox dot set position. Basically, I'm just gonna take this. Actually, then what we need to do is we actually need to save the offset. Float offset X, float offset Y. We need to save those so we can use them for this. So the sprite offset X equals offset X. Make sure to use the correct ones. So the underscore is the local variable, the parameter. So you want to do it in this order, right? Offset Y, offset underscore Y. Okay, just make sure you do that correctly so you get the correct values saved. Now, once you do that, we should have them saved. So I'm just going to paste this. And then I'm just going to do offset X, offset Y. Here, I'm going to use the class's own member. We use this here. So we know we're using the member variable. And there you go. And the hitbox will actually keep its own size. So we're good. So that's the update. It's gonna keep updating it. Now we want to make sure to update the hitbox component before. Actually, we should update it after the movement component and before we do the collision component later on. Okay, so we actually get the hitbox right here. Now I'm gonna do some small shit here. Some small craps, you know. This hitbox set fill color, SF color transparent. So we're not gonna have any fill color in it. We're gonna do this hitbox.set outline thickness to 1.f. All right, and then we're gonna set this. God damn, I can't type today. Hitbox dot set outline color to SF color green, or whatever you like your hitbox color to be, you can put it here. So we're gonna create this, and the hitbox basically just updates and renders. It doesn't really matter. And then obviously we're gonna have more functions like get collision. So let's just make that bool check collision. This is a check intersect, I'll call it. Check intersect, like that. And then we're gonna do a SF const SF what do you call it, float rect, I think it is, for collision, and we'll just call it frect, I guess. And this is just a very simple function. We'll have a lot more detailed functions. Can you please, god damn it, frect yourself, please? Thank you, God. There you go. And return this hitbox dot get global bounds dot intersects dot f rectangle, and we're gonna actually make that a reference as well, like this, because it's a big ass rectangle thing and we don't want to copy it all the time, and we're probably gonna check intersects a lot. Why are you crying, bruh? Okay. Oh, what? What? That is a thing, dude. Ugh. You know what? If return true, else, or just return false. Why are you crying, bruh? Float rect, const float rect. Did I do something wrong, dude? I don't get it, dude. Okay, you know what? I don't even know. What, does this work now? Sorry about that, guys. Will this work? I guess it worked. Okay, you know what? Fine, bro. I don't know. It's a little slow today, all this shit. But there we go. So we're just gonna get the intersect, if it does intersect, and we're pretty much good. So in the next video, I'm gonna keep working on this, probably render it out, put it on my character, and yeah, we can put it in an entity and stuff and have fun. All right, so we'll just keep going in the next one. Thank you for watching. Thanks for all the support, and just, you know, keep working hard. Take care, and I'll see you guys and girls in the next one. All right, bye bye.